WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com.
Live from Clearwater, Florida, it's Sports Talk with T with your host, Teresa Fitzgerald. I'm Stephen Kay, and this is Sports Talk with T. Hey, T.
Hi, Steve. How we doing today?
So far, so good.
Got a little upbeat music going on.
Get you going. Get your blood moving.
Exactly, on this lovely Sunday morning.
That's right. They said it was supposed to rain for 3 days. I haven't seen one bit of rain yet.
Trying to think if I've seen rain. I don't even know.
There was a song there.
Actually, though, you know what's funny, though, is that my husband was over at Rogers the other day.
I was there, too.
Okay, were you there when it was pouring down sideways?
No.
Okay, so I guess it was pouring down sideways. And my office is probably 20 blocks away.
Yep.
Not a drop. I didn't even know it rained.
That's what you call isolated thunderstorm.
Yeah, until I had gone over towards the shop there. I didn't go to the shop, but and then I saw all the puddles, and I'm like, oh my God! And then I was talking to my husband again.
It might not rain anywhere in St. Petersburg, but it'll rain over at Rogers' shop.
Really?
Yeah, right there. He's right there in the center of town, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and,
interesting.
I mean, I watch it from here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, they didn't hear us. They're not here. No one's tuning in for our weather reports.
That's right. And they're not tuning in for the weather report, but when we mention Rogers, we're mentioning one of our sponsors.
Yes.
Rogers got your motoring.
Yep.
Over there on behind Home Depot. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what street he's on these days.
Yeah, 68th Avenue.
I think he's 68th Avenue. Yeah, exactly.
Something
like that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, close enough.
Close enough. In Pinellas County, folks.
Yeah.
Pinellas County, Florida.
Yeah. I'll pull out a card and tell you all about it in a little bit.
Or you can just listen to the commercial.
Well, I'll tell you what a week for football.
Oh my God. So, the Bucks game, to me, I didn't think they were going to win. I don't know about you.
Well, they're going up against the Super Bowl champions. I mean, I didn't give them a lot of shot. I thought it was a 50-50.
Yeah, all right. I'm in a pool where I pick the teams every week.
Yeah.
I didn't pick the Bucks.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see it just from what I've been seeing from the Bucks. Bucks really have problems, obviously, with injuries right now and penalties.
The
penalties are killing them right now. And then that blocked punt. I mean, is that the new norm in the NFL, everybody?
Well, it seemed like it all weekend long with the college guys, too.
Yeah.
Let's go after the punter.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in the old days, everybody was scared to go after the punter because if you hit them, you got a 15-yard flag.
Right. Then 15 yards ain't nothing to no one no more.
No,
it really isn't.
They get that every other down on a personal foul.
Yeah. So the Buccaneer game did not start off good. There, like I said, there was a blocked punt.
Yep.
For Philly, which turned into a pick six, basically.
Yeah, they picked it up and ran it back.
And then the push-tush, I mean, is so darn good right now, they're faking it.
Yeah.
And Saquon Barkley scores a touchdown.
That's right. They faked it, nobody touched them right around the end.
Yeah, exactly. I mean...
That was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
I'm like, didn't anybody see this coming, Yeah. It was like that thing when they had... years ago, and now a lot of teams are doing it. When they think you're going to ground the ball, and it's at the end of the game, and you're sitting on the goal line, and you're going to ground the ball to take it into overtime or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right. Soon as when the guy gets ready to ground the ball, he throws it real quick to the wide receiver and walks across the line, touchdown, the game's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan Marino play.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So the Bucks ended up winning 31-25. They are actually going to be out in Seattle this afternoon. It's a 4:00 game. They've got to clean up these penalties and the slow starts.
Yeah.
The slow starts are also not helping at all.
Yeah, they don't get crazy excited until there's 5 minutes left in the game. You know what I mean?
And they may be down by that point.
Yeah.
And sometimes
well,
you just can't come
they
back.
They usually are.
Yeah.
And then they have to come back in the last.
Right. Well, they have
Yeah.
every other game except for this one. They
That's right.
have.
That's
They're
right.
the cardiac
and,
kids this
and
year.
you cannot keep that going because eventually, especially going up against Super Bowl
Yeah.
champs, it's not going to work.
No, absolutely not. So, Jalen Hurts was 15 of 25 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Baker was 22 for 40 for 289 yards for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. I mean, not bad numbers. Bucky Irving, I mean, he had 63 yards. He didn't have any touchdowns. Yeah, he had 1 receiving touchdown. Ikabuka had 1 receiving touchdown. That Ikabuka is unbelievable player, folks.
You talk about the king of the one-handed catch.
Oh,
Now,
my
man,
God, yeah.
If you just get that ball near his hand, it's like it's
Right.
a magnet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he's banged up a little bit, so I don't know if he's playing
Yep.
or not this week.
Yeah, I think he'll be playing, but he's
He's going to be
banged up.
limited, though. I would
Yeah,
suspect.
I don't think they're going to beat him up too bad.
No.
You know, they got to save him for when they're coming down the chute toward the end of the season.
Correct.
For sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, they're in Seattle today. They're going to play at 4 o'clock. Miami hosted the Jets on Monday night.
Phew. That was ugly.
It was ugly you had 2 winless teams.
Yeah.
So this is what we're dealing
Yeah,
with.
it was, and you talk about a team that was probably worse than the Bucks as far as penalties go.
Yeah.
It was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They had like 150 yards in penalties,
Right.
which is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. They ended up beating the Jets 27-21. And then, of course, the big news out of that game is Miami lost Tyreek Hill
Yeah, man, they
to
wouldn't.
a serious leg injury. So
Yeah.
I think he's pretty much done for the season.
Yeah, they say it dislocated his knee joint. Man, can you imagine that? Your knee popping out of socket? I mean, it's got to tear a bunch of other stuff, and
All right. So when I was in high school,
Oh no!
I'll tell you. You want to hear it? This is gross.
Oh yeah, okay, let's hear it.
We
Go
were
ahead.
playing volleyball, and
Oh.
one of my teammates, she planted her leg, and her kneecap went up the leg.
Up the leg.
Yeah, like
Oh, you mean the cap itself?
the cap itself.
When
When she planted it, I don't know what she did. It just went up the.
ugh,
It was the most gruesome thing I've ever seen in my
it
life.
detached and went up.
Yeah,
At least it's still in there. You know, didn't lose it.
well, it was cut open too. I mean,
Oh.
yeah, it was bad. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I know all about a dislocated knee. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was he had a smile when he was leaving the field, and players said that he was actually cracking jokes, so he
Yep.
was in good spirits.
He probably wasn't in any pain because of this. It's wait till they go to put that back together. Woo-hoo. That'll
I'm
be.
pretty sure he's doped up now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see how long he's out for. It could be the whole season. but
Speculation is that he's been lost for the season. There's also speculation there was a little bit of drama with him during the preseason.
That's
with
right.
him did he request a trade?
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't get it. He made amends with the team because he hasn't been the best teammate, shall we say?
Well, he's had that Miami lifestyle, run around in fast cars. He thinks his don't stink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
But I think a lot of these guys, especially when you go to Miami, they fall into that trap.
Yeah.
And but he seems, from what I've heard in the locker room down there, he seems to have turned over a new lease, and everybody has kind of forgiven him, welcomed him back in the team, even the fans and everybody
Right.
was surrounding him. And that's, I think it made him happy that he didn't get booed
Yeah.
as they were carting him off the field, one wing low.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure he's done for the season. I
Yeah.
mean, if he comes back, they need a miracle to come back to go to the playoffs.
That's
so,
right.
So,
Oh,
anyway,
good.
what's going on?
No, I think one of our helpers closed up the studio for us.
Oh,
back
that
there.
was nice of our helper. Thanks, Marilyn.
Thanks, Marilyn. There you go.
All right, so any other, want to go down some scores here, Steve?
Sure, man. Well, how about we
Oh, and Jacksonville,
they're looking pretty good.
they are looking good. They got a new coach. And
They finally got the team put together. They've got the coach, who is formerly our coach, It's
offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah,
I mean, I think
they turned that team around.
Trevor Lawrence is playing a lot better, and they're utilizing him a little
That's
bit
right.
differently, and I think that's where they're seeing the success right
I think
now.
you see a little bit of the pressure taken off of him because for so long it was all up to him to perform out there and make things happen.
Right.
Now he's got a good group of guys around him, and you can relax just a little bit. And
Yeah.
I think that mix is working for him.
Yeah. And Jacksonville is hosting Monday Night Football, and they're hosting Kansas City.
Whoa.
I think they're going to be. Kansas City is not Kansas City.
Well, they have, since what I saw last week, they have come back. They have gotten the rust off of them, and they're starting to look like the Kansas City of old. So, but it's taken them, 3 games to knock the rust off.
Yeah,
But-
and that's not good.
Yep.
It
But-
really isn't.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens today, because this is actually going to be a good test for Jacksonville.
yeah, it is.
It really is. Just,
That's right.
Let's see how you do up against
Because
Kansas
you're
City.
going up against some guys that they've got some size, and Kansas City has some size. So
Right.
this is what happens when you got a mix like this. If you got your linemen with some size, you'll see how
Yeah.
how you fare against the big boys. here
Yeah,
today.
exactly. Buffalo and Philly are your only 2 teams that are left undefeated.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
And that kind of is fitting if you think about it, because really right now it's leaving off as the 2 best teams basically that was last year, and now here we have them. The cream has risen to the top.
Buffalo's just clicking on all the cylinders.
They
Philly's
really are.
clicking on all cylinders too.
Yep.
Yeah. Jets, Tennessee Titans, and New Orleans State Saints are your only winless teams right now.
Yep. Poor Jets. I thought they'd win one by now.
I thought they'd win one by now. And they're
Yeah.
playing Dallas. I think they can beat Dallas today.
I don't know. After watching that game against Green Bay the other night, we got to mention
Yo,
probably
God,
the longest game in history.
History.
Yep.
All right. I do believe, though, the NFL needs to do something about these ties. You've
I don't like the rules. Yep.
Yeah, they've got to come up with something, because I don't think a tie is good for either team. And I get it, you give them a possession, and then I'm sorry, it needs to, hockey's got it right. You play until until someone scores. So
Well, yeah, but see, in hockey, you play till the first person scores, right?
Right,
And then it's over.
yeah,
Yeah, but see now, that's kind of what it used to be
right,
in football. It was played till the first team scores.
Right.
But it was so much lost on the coin toss. So the coin toss, if you've got 2 teams, obviously they're tied. They could get to that position. They can march up and down the field.
Right.
Whoever gets the ball first usually wins.
right. Well, then
But-
that's how.
Well, but it comes down to a coin toss. That I don't agree with either.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's hard to figure that one out.
Yeah.
How about just don't get in a tie? Beat them. You know what I mean?
Well, there
Win.
you go. How about that? How about you play the game so good and you reduce your penalties that you actually beat them in the
You
regulation?
beat them on regular
That's
team
be-
at regular time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
regulation.
that's right.
But that was a good football game. It was very anticipated, and it was in Dallas.
Yeah, and everybody was waiting to see how. And Micah Parsons came out on the field. The crowd went wild. They
Yeah.
still love him in Dallas, and but you know what? They didn't play him that much. I was so really surprised. In
Well-
the first half, they didn't play him at all.
The Matt LaFleur, I do believe, the coach of the Packers, he said he's going to be limited
Yeah.
because he's dealing with the nagging injury too.
Right, he's got a back problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not going to put him out there as much now as maybe in 3 or 4 weeks.
Right,
when
or you
he's
get closer to playoff
playoff
time.
time. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see that, but he's pretty much a pass rusher anyway.
right.
So if your other team's running, which there's everybody is establishing the run right now,
Yeah.
and if you've got the run established when people are not looking, that the long ball, and you saw it time and time again last week.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Establish the run, and you pretty much got it going on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was what a great game though. It was.
Yeah.
It went back and forth. Probably one of the best games I've watched in a long time. It was almost Super Bowl epic quality.
Yeah.
But I will say, both defenses couldn't stop the run.
No, not at all.
So that's why you ended up with a score
Or
like
40
that.
to 40, I mean,
just
yeah.
marching. They were. I'd love to see them meet again. We probably will see them meet again, and because there were two evenly matched teams that you couldn't want a better. If those teams were in the Super Bowl, which they can't be because they're both in the NFC,
right?
But that's the matchup, right there.
Yeah,
that's the perfect matchup,
right. So they would meet in the first or second round of the playoffs. I don't think Dallas is making the playoffs though.
Well, no. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Dallas,
Yeah.
it looks like they're picking up the pace. They played, I will say that I was surprised that they held with Green Bay all that time.
Yeah, I was too. I
thought the Green
and
Bay
I
would
also
win.
thought Green Bay's play calling wasn't as explosive as it has been. It was more on the reserve side.
It was very conservative.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they never got into a position where they had to do some radical stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the quarterback they have, he's been sitting on the sidelines waiting behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
It sure paid off
yeah.
because what a great quarterback. That's the old school of doing things. You're a journeyman on the sidelines for a few years now. Now look at the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Look how many rookie quarterbacks are starting this year.
Right.
Unreal.
Yeah, and I think you need to get that experience, especially because they're on the field, like, with Jordan Love behind Aaron Rodgers.
And you need,
And he's hearing the play calls because they've got the headsets on.
Right.
So he's hearing the play calls. So then he's getting acclimated to what's going on, too, on the field.
That's right.
When I think you can't buy that.
That's
and
right.
You can't teach that either.
You can't bring a kid in out of college
No.
in 1 year unless he's no, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening, but
It still takes a couple of seasons for these,
That's
some
right.
of these players
That's
to
right.
get their footing. I mean, like Jaden Daniels, he's doing very good now. He's injured right now.
Yep.
He's just got a couple weeks off, so that
A lot of
probably,
injuries with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries with the quarterbacks.
All over the place.
And the Cleveland Browns just go through quarterbacks like no.
Well, no wonder they got 5. That's,
They benched Flacco.
Yeah, Well, they're bringing in Gabriel today.
Yes, Gabriel.
And I watched him in preseason. He is really good.
Yeah.
So this could be the future of the Cleveland Browns if this guy works out today.
Yeah.
So.
And Cleveland and Vikings are playing in London right now. The score is tied at 7-7.
Well, let's pop over and see.
Yeah. Well, I just looked. So.
What channel are they on? NFL channel?
I would assume they're on the NFL Network.
Okay. It takes too many buttons to make things work around here. Now we're going to talk about some of the games coming up today.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey to play the Jets. The Texans are playing the Ravens. The Ravens don't look good at all. Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's injured.
He's
Without
injured.
them, they're pretty much
Yeah, that
in the
team,
back burner.
they look discombobulated also.
Yep. The other night, I really thought that was going to be a good game.
With Kansas City?
With Kansas
Yeah, it
City.
wasn't.
And Kansas City just dominated.
Yeah.
So, and kind of.
And Kansas City's been dominating Baltimore for the last 4 or 5 seasons.
They've got their
and
number.
The thing is that everybody kept saying, well, Kansas City's not playing well. This could be a good test for the Baltimore to see how they're doing.
That's right.
Well, they didn't do that well.
They didn't do too good.
Yeah.
No, they got picked off and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Here we go. 50 years of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but you're on the wrong channel. You're on ESPN.
Oh, shit.
All right, the Eagles are hosting the Broncos today. The Raiders are visiting the Colts. Colts are playing very good, very good.
Oh, yeah, they're really good. And I would say
Daniel
the
Jones.
Denver Broncos last year, they were horrible.
They're playing
This
well.
year, they're playing
good, yeah.
very improved.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Dolphins are visiting Carolina today.
Yeah, watch out, Dolphins. Carolina might beat you there.
Yeah, exactly. The Giants are playing the Saints down in New Orleans.
Now, there you go. That could be a good game.
Yeah.
Because the Saints are, got the reputation in the NFL is the worst.
Right.
Right now. So.
But they could beat this Giants team.
But I don't know. Well, let's see. Now
the Giants only got 1 win.
They're starting Dart today.
Yes, they are.
So
they're staying with Dart.
Yep, and I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why they didn't put him in there beforehand.
Well, because you signed Russell Wilson for all that money.
Oh, and speaking of quarterbacks, it just made me think of is Mark Sanchez.
Oh,
Tell us that story about Mark Sanchez.
All right, so I'm watching the Gator game yesterday.
Yeah.
I get an alert. Mark Sanchez was stabbed. And I'm thinking to myself, are we talking about the Mark Sanchez, the quarterback?
Right. He was supposed to do the commentary on Fox yesterday and couldn't do the show because he got stabbed.
No. He was in town for today for the Indianapolis Colts game. They had to send another crew over, I guess. All right. So apparently, from what I read from the New York Post, Mark Sanchez got into an altercation with a delivery driver. Apparently, this delivery driver, they were out back of a bar in Indianapolis. The delivery driver was trying to deliver food or something. Sanchez was blocking the door, from what I can gather. Wouldn't let him deliver the food. Sanchez got into his face. Obviously, I'm going to assume Sanchez probably had a few refreshments.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, the guy said he feared for his life, and he took out a knife and he stabbed Mark Sanchez. So, of course, the alert you get is he was stabbed. He's fine. He's in stable condition, but they ended up arresting Mark Sanchez based on the delivery driver's recount of what happened, disturbing the peace.
Well, but he got, he's the one that got stabbed.
Yeah,
and he gets arrested.
He got it. Well, because the Uber or whoever the driver said he was fearing for his life.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what
we'll see how that.
We'll see how this shakes out. Obviously, Sanchez is fine, which is that's what main thing, and we'll see how this goes through the court system. If it's what goes on, he is not calling the game today.
No.
No,
I think we'll see how his career and future ends up with Fox.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
all right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we got
some good college football to talk about.
Yeah, we got some college football. We got some car racing. It just wrapped up here.
Oh, and we got the Ryder Cup last Sunday. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I was holding off on the golf towards.
Yeah, we got a bunch of golf to talk about.
Oh man, we got some golf.
Yep.
And then the Sports Talk with T with your host Teresa Fitzgerald. I'm Stephen K, and this is Sports Talk with T. T, we got a little college action yesterday.
Yeah, let's start with our team, our USF team in the backyard here.
Yep.
They started conference play yesterday. They are in the American Conference, and they played Charlotte. They beat Charlotte 54-26. Byron Brown, he threw for 3 touchdown passes, and he rushed for 98 yards in the first half. Now, the Bulls did get a little sloppy there because they had gone up 26-0.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a blowout.
Yeah,
and to see them come back with something.
Yeah, they had several dropped passes, 2 lost fumbles, and 2 interceptions by Brown. So there is some things that USF does need to clean up. But to start their conference play, they got the victory. So 54-26.
Right.
Next week they are. They're actually playing they played Friday night at Raymond James, playing another Friday night game, and they're hosting North Texas.
North Texas.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. So
I never even heard of them.
But, me neither, but, you know.
Well, I seen them pop up when they were playing other teams, but never watched them. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah, exactly. UCF hosted Kansas. They got beat 27-20. Next up for them on Saturday is they're going up to Cincinnati to play them. The Gators.
Well, boy, they're going to Cincinnati. You better watch out because yesterday Cincinnati was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who they played, but it was a shocker. The Bearcats are for real.
Yeah. I mean, some of these teams, they're playing well, and they're playing well in their division, and even though they're not getting any kudos from the national media, shall we say. Hey.
And also, some of these teams, a lot of these teams that were really senior heavy last year, and they all left, the teams that still have their juniors and seniors from, moving up from last year are going to shine.
Yeah,
and I think Cincinnati's one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
In the swamp, which I got my shirt on today.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That actually was a good game. It really was.
Yeah.
Arch Manning, you're good, but you're not ready for the NFL. So I understand why he's staying in college. He's definitely he's not as
He's freshman.
yeah, he's definitely redshirt. Yeah.
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 He's fun to watch, and I think he will be there, but he's just paying the dues right now of learning.
And
know?
I'm sure if he talks to Uncle Peyton and Uncle Eli, they tell him the same thing. We paid our dues.
That's right.
I mean, we watched him. So, yeah, so the Gators beat number 8 Texas 29-21. The Gators actually they were better on the defensive side of the ball. They really were. And they were forcing.
And everybody says that the Gators probably have one of the best defenses in college.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, DJ Langway, I mean, he played very well.
Yeah, it was real proud to see the Gators play that well because up until this point it's been a bit iffy and kind of smelly.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Langway was 21 of 28. Passes, had 298 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that is the most yardage in his career against a Power 4 opponent. Dallas Wilson, he is a true freshman. He came into the game. He had 6 catches for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. And as of note, he ran out of the tunnel with the flag yesterday. And one of the guys I follow, Scott Carter, he's the beat writer for the Gators up in Gainesville. He's like, until they lose again, he needs to be taking that flag out.
That's right. And put the mojo on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. They need a good luck charm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, Arch Manning was just really inconsistent. And, I mean, I think this is a team problem, not just an Arch Manning problem. Well, we all know what Arch Manning can do.
Yeah, but you
got to have the team around
his
him.
Front line is just not there. Yeah. I mean, they were coming after him. He was hitting the ground more than he was standing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Time will help him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe some good recruiting next season for some heavy, big, fat front linemen.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens. So, I mean, the big headline is he's just not NFL ready. He really is not. He probably needs a couple more seasons in college just to get his footing. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
He's not ready. No,
exactly.
At least 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So number 3, Miami headed up to Tallahassee. I thought this game was going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I did too.
Now, the score dictates that it was close, but Florida State never scored any points until the 4th quarter.
That's right.
So it was 28-3.
Well,
headed into the 4th quarter for Miami.
Yeah, they were sitting on a field goal since the first quarter.
Yeah, and they got no offense for 3 quarters.
And it was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. They couldn't move the ball at all.
No, they finally figured out some offense in the 4th quarter, but it was just a little too late. So Miami did hang on to win 28-22. The score does not dictate this game. That game was not as close as that score was.
Right.
Not at least for 3 quarters.
No, that's for sure.
Carson Beck threw for 241 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he's on a revenge tour, folks.
The only reason the Gators came back a little bit at the end was
mean the Noles.
The Noles, I'm sorry. Yeah, the other team was just getting tired and let them get back in.
Right.
They thought
they were just like,
yeah, but they were never going to win the game.
No, they were like, we
let
got
them get back in.
We got this in the bag.
They just played a little soft, and that's
exactly.
why.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah. So, Florida's QB Castellanos threw for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 costly interceptions, which they intercepted the ball, and then Miami went down and scored.
Yep.
So it wasn't like a pick six.
Miami is pretty much left off where they were last year.
Yes.
And now the big loss was going to be Cam Ward, but they got Beck in his place, who I think is better.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think this is definitely one of your Power 4 teams here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I suspect they might go up in the rankings this week.
We'll see how it goes. They are definitely a championship contender.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So next week, FSU hosts Pittsburgh, and then for some reason Miami's off next week.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird scheduling, and they pick back up in 2 weeks, and they are hosting Louisville. So when I was looking at that, I thought that was kind of strange, but I double checked it on the school's website just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just didn't know. But,
And
well, I think the big upset of the week is Penn State got beat
Yep.
by unranked, unbeaten UCLA.
Yep.
I think that's got to be your upset of the week.
Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah.
Part of it. Kind of expected it to be a very even game because UCLA and Penn State have a long history of
Right.
being very. They play each other very well.
Yeah.
The two teams know each other
Yep.
really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was. I was kind of rooting for Penn State. I wanted Penn State to win, but good for the UCLA coming
Yeah,
along.
exactly.
They're back putting their name on football again.
Yeah.
For so long they were at the top of the game.
Exactly.
But in the last few years, not so
exactly.
much.
Not so much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ohio State didn't play yesterday. Oregon didn't play
Oh, I
yesterday.
watched. How about the Michigan game?
Michigan, yeah.
That was a good one.
Who'd they play? Wisconsin.
Yep, Wisconsin, and everybody thought that was going to be a pretty even matchup.
Yep.
But
Notre Dame won.
Yeah, they should have won.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched the Army, the Air Force Navy game. That was a really good game.
Oh, was
Very
it?
tight
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Navy looks like they've got a guy who quarterback Horvath. It's going to be really good this year.
I think right now we're getting in the schedule. Your teams aren't playing.
They're not playing up to their level.
No, they're not
Yep.
playing the Power Five or in
Right.
their division or anything.
Right.
So some of these games,
Some of these games are just mismatched.
44-0. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's what it was in the first couple of weeks, and I was like,
Yeah, it's going to start now where you're going to play your division.
Right.
And then, because now you're going to get into the BCS.
because there's only so many games left to play, and now they got to. Now it's tight,
now it's crunch
tightening
time.
up.
Yeah, exactly. No, I suspect Miami's going to jump in the polls. They may actually be number one after this week.
We'll see. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I can't think of another team that would stand out.
No.
Because all of it, especially in the SEC teams, everybody's got one loss,
Right.
pretty much. And so,
I mean, the only ones. Ohio State, Oregon, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Indiana, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech,
yep.
and Missouri. They're all undefeated, and those are your top 20. They're all in the top 20
Okay.
right now.
We'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah, we'll see how all this shakes out. Because now we're going to get into conference play.
Yep.
And then that's where things are really going to shake out.
That's right. And as we move through October and get closer to Thanksgiving, that's really Thanksgiving. It's pretty much the end of their season.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, because then they go into tournament play, and then they go into BCS.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
mean,
they have a big
it's
layoff.
October already. It's just,
Yep.
it's crazy to think we've already.
know
we're into weeks. We'll be into week 6.
Yeah, we have about 5-6 more weeks
Weeks,
of
yeah.
Of college football.
Yeah.
Yep. Until the bowl games, of course.
Of course, yeah.
All right, let's take a break right here. When we come back, we got a lot of motorsports we're going to talk about. And
We got some golf.
and boy, how about that Ryder Cup last week? We cannot get out of here without talking about that.
Yeah, we got to talk Ryder Cup.
Really, because they both suck.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
there's
shouldn't
that.
say that. I shouldn't say that. They're both pretty good teams.
Yeah.
They're just not playing well.
No, not at all.
All right. Now,
right.
we're going to go to a little bit of motorsports. Now, in drag racing, we've been watching Gage Herrera for the last year. He came on board with Vance and Hines when, I can't remember Hines' first name. I remembered his dad. Anyway, but with the Vance and Hines team, they brought in another new guy, and it was Richard Gadsden. His father had been a racer for years, so
Okay.
the name goes
Yeah.
a long way in drag racing. So Richard Gadsden comes in, and now he is in the points chase for the championship.
Oh, nice.
And he has beaten Gage Herrera, I think, twice now.
Okay.
So now they went and got another young upstart to put on the Vansenheim's team.
Okay.
His name is Braden Davis. Braden Davis is a youngster, and Gage Herrera is really not getting real happy with bringing all these young guys like he was 2 years ago. He was the young guy that brought up, and nobody could beat him.
Right.
So now they're bringing these young guys up. Richard Gadsden's beating him. Okay, Braden Davis. All right, let's see how this goes.
Midwest Nationals, Gage Herrera and Braden Davis. Tony, it's Davis' second shot at this guy in a handful of races. Can he pull it off the second time around? He couldn't do it, didn't he?
Well, he can compete, but a lot of this race can be determined off the starting line. And for Braden Davis, he doesn't quite have the bike to match Gage, so he's going to have to make up something.
Herrera trying to pull within 29 points.
Pay attention.
Of Richard Gadsden, who will lead with the points lead. A red light start for Davis by 1,000th of a second.
That was the only way he could beat him.
Yeah.
Will ride down the racetrack and triumph yet again. The 27th victory of his career in his 32nd final round, and he will leave 29 points behind Richard Gadsden. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So now Richard Gadsden's in the points lead. They've got 3 races left. We'll see how this goes. Now they're racing today in Texas. I want to say Texas Motor Speedway. I believe that's where. Yep.
Okay.
They're in Texas. Last week they were at Gateway in Madison, Illinois, and here's how the pro stock went. It's going to be Greg Anderson up against Matt Hartford, and Greg Anderson is fighting Dallas Green for the championship. Let's see. Here they go.
It may continue, it may not. A classic pro stock final round. This one right down to the wire it goes, and win light comes on for Anderson. 6:53.1, 209, a margin of victory of just 29 thousandths of a second, and Anderson adding on to a Hall of Fame career now with 112 victory.
There you go. Now he's in the lead. We'll see. It's going to be close at the end of the season with Dallas Green and him. So let's see how this goes. All right, in funny cars. It's Matt Hagan going up against Jack Beckman. Jack Beckman, of course, driving John Force's car. And let's see how this goes. Here they go.
Pivotal moment here for both of these men. Can they pull within 45 or 20 respectively? They stage for the funny car final. Snapping off the line, Hagan's got him. Hagan's driving away. Matt Hagan's 20 points within 20 points of Austin Prock. 397.9, 329. A champion needs to show grit, and these guys were 80 grit today.
Yep, and that's it. Matt Hagan coming up there. Don't know how the Austin Prock has been dominating the funny car all season long. Didn't even make it to the finals on this one. So here we go. Now in Top Fuel, there is a girl, Ida Zetterstrom. Somehow she made it. Now she's been around for a little bit, trying to come up and stuff. Back when Tony Stewart started, she was basically racing Tony Stewart, and back in the day.
Oh, nice.
And Doug Coletta, she goes up against. Let's see how this shakes out. And if I can see it from here, there you go.
Right there.
They're locked in. She's hazing the tires. It's Doug Coletta. 379.6, 327. How about a 79 to close it out? A good old-fashioned Coletta Motorsports dog pile. And the championship points leader is even more so at this moment.
Yeah, looks like Doug Coletta. Now it's going to come down to, what was the other guy? Justin Ashley. That looks like the two of them and Tony Stewart. There's all in the points mix coming up for the end of the season here. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how that goes. All right, last week in NASCAR, guys, we're in Kansas. This was a wild finish. It was Bubba Wallace was in the lead. Denny Hamlin was trying to make a move here. Denny Hamlin owns Bubba Wallace's car with Michael Jordan. So he comes in and makes a really dumb move. We'll see how this plays out.
At this point, I think it's the 11's race to win. And remember, Denny Hamlin owns that 23
Pay
car.
attention.
Here he comes. He drives to the bottom. I own that car, but I'm going to win this race. Runs Bubba up the racetrack. Now they're both out of the throttle, and here comes the momentum from behind. The 11 tries to get down to defend. A door shot by Chase Elliott, not lifting. A drag race to the line. Chase Elliott, second win of the season.
It was a spectacular win in Atlanta earlier this year, and another spectacular win at the hands of the 9. The closing stages. Bubba in the wall. Hamlin thinks he's got it. Elliott says, no, you don't. I'm going through to the round of 8 with a win. My second at Kansas Speedway.
Everything worked out perfect for me. Had a great push through 1 and 2. That kind of all started with the 6. And yeah, big run off of 2. C's kind of parted and just was able to keep my momentum up. You know, that was really it. And obviously we still had pretty good tires, you know, compared to those guys. But what a crazy finish. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I certainly did.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was crazy, but Denny Hamlin didn't come up. He was in 3rd place. He came up after a restart and put his nose in there and got in between the 1st and 2nd place cars. If he'd have just sat back, he would have finished 3rd.
Yeah.
And let Bubba Wallace win the race. No, he goes up, takes Bubba Wallace out, takes himself out, and God, I can't. Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
It just opens it. He said the seas parted. Well, the seas parting was Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
He parted the seas.
Yeah.
All right. And last night they raced the Xfinity guys, and I'm trying to remember where the hell they were. But I can't.
It's just last night's there.
I know. But I was watching all that football.
I know. It doesn't say where it was.
Oh no, I should know. This is the weekend they're racing the Roval at Charlotte.
Oh, there you go.
The Roval. Oh my God, this was the craziest finish to the race. Here we go.
We've seen the white flag. Next flag would end the race. Connor Zilic leading.
White flag.
I mean, look at that cut line. Quapple +3, Sammy Smith +1, -1 for Taylor Gray. Sanchez only 9 out if things get really wild here for this group.
I think Gray's going to have enough speed to get back by the 2. Jesse's been better all day long. He's just got to do anything he can to get back to him here, especially if you get to the final chicane within striking distance.
And there's the caution.
There's fluid down the back. Fluid exodus.
The race will be official when they come back around. Connor Zilic leading. Sammy Smith right now in the 3rd position, scored at +1. Just in front of him, Carson Quapple at +3. Taylor Gray -1. But I want everybody to come back before we tell you officially who is advancing to the round of 8.
Well, you can look it up and see who's advancing to the round of 8.
Yeah.
But what it was is there were 12 guys in that round that could advance. 4 got eliminated, and so now they're down to the 8.
Right.
And with about 4 or 5 races left to go.
Wow. Season's coming to an end quickly.
It is. Now this morning the Formula One guys got started, and on the pole was
Verstappen.
George Russell, I think.
No, Verstappen was on the pole.
He was on the pole?
Yeah,
Okay.
Verstappen got on the pole.
Well, it didn't end up that way on the start of the race.
No, which is very... usually that's not how it works in F1. But yeah, Verstappen was on the pole.
He was on the pole, and starting right next to him in 2nd place was George Russell. George Russell on the start of the race got in front of Verstappen,
and that was
that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yep.
Here's how it ended.
Make that now 6 different winners in the last 6 runnings of the Singapore Grand Prix. For the first time ever here, he'll stand on the podium on the top step. George Russell wins the Singapore Grand Prix, and what a victory that was for him. Max Verstappen settles for 2nd place, holds off Lando Norris, who barged through and passed his teammate Oscar Piastri on the first lap. McLaren finished 3rd and 4th, and McLaren are Constructors' champions in 2025. For the 2nd year running.
Yep. And so now it gets down to the manufacturer's champions are going to be McLaren. That's wrapped up. There's still, it looks like Piastri is going to win the championship.
Yeah.
But Lando Norris is there, and Verstappen is points-wise can still get there.
Correct.
He's got to win it all.
Yeah.
But that's,
Yeah.
Finishing second today helped.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, they are back over here in the United States.
Yep.
They are at the Circuit of the Americas.
Yep, that's in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you got the Mexican Grand Prix,
That's right.
and then the Brazilian Grand Prix,
Yep.
and then the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
And then they come back to Las Vegas.
And then they got Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Just
Right. So they got about 5-6 races left.
yeah.
You know, well, everything's wrapping up here. All right, let's get away from that for a second. Now let's talk about the Ryder Cup. I was so disappointed.
All right, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I was disappointed, and I'm disappointed in you, New York fans.
That's right, I was too.
The way you and did you see that the lady that they got to MC the event was the one who started the heckling with Rory on Saturday?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she resigned from her post Saturday afternoon.
Good.
Because she should have been fired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But,
they were
that
heckling.
was-
All right, you can heckle them all you want, but then they were throwing beers at his wife.
Yeah, that's just.
I'm sorry. You know.
Well, this is how this is kind of devolved. You know, you said it last week. It must be a bunch of live guys over there. But you know, it was like, you know, I kind of agree with you. There has to be a little bit of decorum here with golf.
Exactly.
But there was absolutely no decorum. A couple times, Rory McIlroy just stopped putting and walked away. And at the end, when they finally won, he went after the crowd.
And he had every
He had every right. I'm
on Rory's side on this one.
I agree.
I'm sorry. The way, like you said, the way the fans treat him.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of New York people that are in the media up there, and they were embarrassed.
They should have been.
They were embarrassed about how they worked.
Going into Sunday's match, Team Europe, and it was the singles matches on Sunday.
Right.
Team Europe led 11.5 11.5 to 4.5, basically. Now, the U.S. came on strong. They won 6 of the 11 matches and tied 3 others. But Europe's early lead just proved too much. Shane Lowry, he ended up having his match with Russell Henley. Victor Hovland had to withdraw because of a neck injury.
That's right.
So he automatically had his hole with Harris English. Ludwig Alberg was Europe's only single full match winner. He beat Patrick Hanley 2-1. Cameron Young beat Justin Rose 1-up. Justin Thomas beat Tommy Fleetwood 1-up. Scotty Scheffler beat Rory 1-up. Xander Schauffele beat John Ram 4-3. We already talked about the other ones. So this was Europe's first back-to-back Ryder Cup victory since 2010 to 2014. They ended up winning 15-13.
Yep.
I mean, Sunday was pretty exciting. I did watch
was.
that. I mean, they were playing. I mean,
Because they were so far underwater
yeah.
coming out of Saturday.
Yeah.
They were so far behind.
Yeah.
I think it was like 12-3 or something
No,
like that.
it was,
what was this?
It was 11-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Yep, and that was going into Sunday, and Sunday they were losing bad, and then they came on the back nine. They really turned it on.
Yeah, they started to play well in the singles on the back nine. Yeah,
that's it.
So Europe did win 15-13. Congratulations to them. The next Ryder Cup is in 2 years, and I do believe it's in Italy. That's what I thought I saw.
Really?
Yeah. So, real quick, we're going to talk about this for 2 minutes, folks, or maybe 1 minute.
Maybe
I went to a preseason hockey game the other night.
Oh yeah, talk about this.
There were 186 penalty minutes between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. And then
186 penalty minutes.
That was all. I mean, it was ridiculous.
They're still in penalty.
They're still in the box. I mean, there was no room in the box for either team. And then last night, let's cap it all off. There were real quick, where is it? There were 312 penalty minutes, 16 ejections. And the Lightning only had 9 skaters available by the middle of the third period.
They have more people in the penalty box than they did on the bench.
Yes. It's just preseason. Now, these 2 teams, the Panthers and the Lightning, meet in the regular season on November 15th.